Well, it's about time this happened. Let's begin. Of course, the last thing you expect when you're in desperate need, when you actually need an emergency service for any reason, especially, for example, if your girlfriend decides to give you her version of a Michael Myers-style penis amputation or something like that for a few brilliant jokes. Anyway, you don't expect to see something like a sign saying out for lunch or something like that, do you, when you call them? Like, unfortunately, we might be seeing very soon with ambulance staff and nurses. However, finally, our unelected by the public or members Prime Minister is doing something about that, if this story is anything to go by. The article says that ambulance drivers and firefighters will be banned from striking under tough new laws coming in January, the Sun can reveal. Rishi Sunak put the unions on notice that he had a duty of action after a winter of crippling industrial action. The PM plans to put new legislation before MPs in the second week of January that will toughen up the rules around walkouts and outlaw striking for all blue light services. Cops or police, if you're English like me, and prison guards are currently banned from downing tools in protests, with other emergency services being brought into line. Well, to be honest, I'm surprised it actually wasn't illegal already, but thinking about it, these people work for the emergency services and therefore they do a very important job where they're saving lives on a basically every shift basis, I'm guessing. It's not like there's some call handler somewhere or even working for the DVLA or other government departments or anything like that at all, so you would think that they might realise that because of their striking, people may lose their lives, and therefore, in my opinion, that should be more important. Although yes, admittedly, there is a cost of living crisis and an energy price crisis going on at the moment, but we're all in the same boat, aren't we? We can't all go on strike, can we? Otherwise, the whole country will be brought down to a halt, won't it? So if low-paid workers like me don't go on strike, then I can't really see how higher-paid workers can justify going on strike either, especially if they do a very important job, like, as I said, working in emergency services. Trains and buses will have to provide a minimum service level on strike days, with ministers able to add other sectors by a flick of the pen in a massive new power grab. Any credible pay offer made by employers will have to be put to the union membership by law, and the threshold for strike votes is to be raised. And notice of action will be upped from 14 to 28 days under a new proposed trade union reform bill. Well, you'd think that they'd realise that we're not in the 1970s anymore, so personally I think that all strikes should actually be made illegal, or at least for those who affect the majority of the public, on the condition that those jobs get a fixed pay rise above the minimum wage, in either pounds or percentage, every year. But unfortunately in this video it seems like the government is using their time to come up with an altogether more ridiculous plan. Anyway, subscribe for more and I'll see you in the next one.